You know what to do, so why aren't you doing it? I ask myself this all the time, but it's so easy to just forget the question and do nothing. To sink back into a state of comfort, a state with no fear or anxieties. Maybe it's through the platform of social media, or binge watching movies, or playing video games. A place where there doesn't need to be any thoughts other than to consume and continue. For some, it may be a response to a bad day or a tough situation. For others, it may have become an addiction to comfort that you may not understand yet. We live in a world full to the brim with instant gratification. All we know is getting what we want when we want it. As humans, I think we look to take the path of least resistance. The journey of struggle is hard, so why do it? Why would I fight for something when I can get something else instantly? I can't help but think back to a time way before modern civilization. A time when the main concern was hunting or gathering your next meal. You had to earn it, otherwise your survival was at risk. There are many of us that don't have this issue. Our survival isn't at risk due to lack of food or shelter. With a lift of a finger, food can be delivered right to us. Something our ancestors could only dream of. It takes away any motivation to achieve, to struggle for something that we want. There's something so rewarding about going through challenges to get what you want and then finally obtaining it. It gives you a huge sense of purpose and accomplishment. I found myself wanting to do stuff, but just ignoring it for the easy pleasure, the one that kept putting me deeper and deeper into the chasm of comfort. Only within the past year or so, I've realized that I was addicted to comfort. It's all I desired. I structured my weeks around a particular day that caused me anxiety. If I could just get through that day, I could get back to my comfort blanket. It was such a hyper focus of mine to get back to that safe place, and my thoughts were consumed with obstacles that would take me away from it. The constant state of comfort is what destroyed my desire to do something great, to achieve my full potential. This led me straight down to the road of complacency. Merriam-Webster defines complacency as a self-satisfaction, especially when accompanied by unawareness of actual dangers or deficiencies. And at this point, that is what I see complacency as. A danger or deficiency in your life that you don't really understand. It intertwines with comfort as it tells your body, you're okay here, you're safe. Conflict needs to happen in life. Sure, it's tough in the moment, but the process of analyzing the situation and problem solving is such a valuable skill. So what methods can I use to help combat complacency? Obviously, what may work for me doesn't always mean it'll work for you. We are all uniquely crafted individuals with different goals in mind. But here are a few things that help me get started on my self-discipline journey. First, I wake up at the same time every day, regardless of what time I went to bed last night. Our bodies are extremely routine and pattern oriented. It gives the mind a sense of predictability and control. Another thing that I've implemented is going on a walk within 20 minutes of waking up. Getting outside and in the sun has been extremely beneficial for waking me up and getting ready for the day. The next thing I added is screen time limitations. My big focus on the past year has been to totally eliminate my scrolling by deleting social media. I also applied a grayscale filter. And again, this was an extreme I went to decrease screen consumption. But if you're in a similar boat to what I was, just totally sick of scrolling, the grayscale filter has been really helpful for me. The last method I'll mention in this video is create. Create something you find value in, that you enjoy. It's the reason I started a YouTube channel in the first place, and the reason I'm writing these essay videos. It feels great creating something you love. It goes back to what I mentioned earlier about accomplishments and purpose. I just got so tired of consuming, and it's an endless loop. There will always be stuff to consume. I know the first question that many will have is, well, what should I create? I'm not creative at all. I would say to that, you are creative, you just haven't tried. Or maybe you have and just feel lost. My follow-up question would be, what do you consume? What is the majority of content you see daily? Because this can play a huge role in what you have interest in creating. This doesn't mean you have to go start a YouTube channel on that topic. And I think when most of us think about creating, we instantly go to content creation because we consume so much of it. Maybe it's something simple as writing or cooking or woodworking. Whatever it is, find something that makes you want to get better at. Something that at the end of the day, you can put your stamp on and say, I'm proud of myself. This is where challenging yourself will be extremely beneficial. Another thing I want to note, start with small goals. It's so easy to aim for the moon and quit because the goal seems impossible. I found for me, it's just getting the 1% completed. Some days, the thought of going to the gym and working out is overwhelming. But my biggest problem is getting to the gym. If I can just get there and walk through those doors, the dread of working out fades away. My inertia gets rolling, and afterwards, my mental state is in a way better place. So I ask, what is your 1%? What will be the catalyst towards improving your well-being? Don't be afraid to take that first step, because it may change your life. But here's the thing, I can't make you do anything. You can watch all the motivational videos in the world, but that doesn't change anything if you don't take that step. So my final question is this: are you sick of being comfortable?